Good evening, everyone, in ZeldaSpeedRuns. We've got a nice match between, two different pairs of excellent runners, Jackimus and Santa Fe, VictorSantafe, that is, and ghostdunk and drjayphd. I'm Nightcrawler. I'm here with my noisy computer. That is actually a fan on my computer. Usually takes about half an hour to stop doing that. And I've had my computer on for about 20 minutes. I was hoping it would stop in 20 minutes. I had snow getting up here, so of course Star had to have some fire. So she has a little bit of a fire alarm thing going on. Once she takes care of that, she'll be here in a second. But oh, I think that might be her.
Hi, yes, I'm back. Sorry, my fire alarm went off, which has been fun. Apologies.
Oh no, not being on fire is probably the best possible state for my code-com.
Yes. But alright, yeah, I am back. Thank you to whoever covered for me for a couple of minutes as I went outside. False alarm, but gotta love it. And yeah, I can imagine you would know all too well about, fires.
Yeah. we had a big fire alarm with the big fire.
Yeah.
Those who don't know, I've been out of internet until about 9 days ago. I got my internet back then after about 5.5 months because everything burned down. I mean, not my house, not the houses, most of them, but everything else. so it's nice to be back here and ready to jump into this tournament. The last round of Swiss in this tournament, right?
Yes it is.
So for a lot of these guys, it's make or break, I'm assuming.
Yep, ghostdunk and Dr. J are playing for the funsies now. They are both only the people who go with at least 2 wins move on to brackets, and unfortunately, ghostdunk and Dr. J are both down to 3 losses. They're playing for the funsies, and we might as well showcase them one last time for their final race of the tournament. And then Jack and Victor are playing for who moves on. The winner moves on, the loser's out.
Yeah, I mean that happens. I've lost plenty of my share of matches, and both Dr. J and Ghost Dunk are plenty good at this game. So it just shows that we've got pretty strong competition, even in the Swiss rounds. And sometimes you just get bad matchups in Swiss. Like I think I got matched up against both RCS and Trails in my Swiss once, and I was like, well, great, that's 2 losses right there.
Yeah, that is rough. Yep.
But you gotta keep trying, and you gotta keep respecting these racers for putting on a good show, even though that they can't make it into brackets. And you know why? That's because ZSR is a great place to be, and Z2R is the best game to be playing on ZSR.
Indeed. All right, and they are all ready now, so let's get going. And in fact, this isn't the end of Z2R action because as soon as this race wraps up, Zarnax and Eleanor are playing right after this.
Yeah. Do we have comms for that, or are we just hoping that these guys finish in under an hour?
I believe Trills can join you for that. Nightcrawler is still up for the second.
I mean, I kind of doubt that they'll finish it before 8 o'clock.
Oh, Trills and Elendar have Zarnax and Elendar have agreed to wait for these guys to finish.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. I mean, unless this takes 3 hours.
Let's hope it doesn't take 3 hours.
I'm guessing that those boys. Yep, there they are. There's Trails. So in chat we got Trails, we got Riki, we got Chad Bear, Zero Wing. Oh, we're gonna get some information on initial startup. They got Candle and Hammer, Thunder, and 3 lives, 2 gems. 2 gems is not a lot, but this could be a fast match after all that.
Yeah, it could be. 3 gems can vary.
It's in some ways it's nicer to have gems than to go like the 0 gem, because even though you might think, oh, I've got all this freedom with the 0 gem, I can kind of just go to GP, just get the glove and go. It's really hard without levels. So having some gems means that you got to jump into palaces, and it also means you get to place gems, which automatically takes you up to whatever the next experience level is gonna bring you to. So you can use that to get a little bit of an advantage before you go into GP. looks like we might have this is not. Sorry, I'm not quite used to the new randomizer yet. I think this is a valley type biome.
Might be. Let's see, Rudo, here for Jackimus. My own internet is struggling a slight bit. The fire alarm might have just messed with that too, I'm not sure. But hopefully the comments page settles down, because it was buffering a lot for me. Dr. J's found his way to the southwest corner of the continent, though. And yeah, this looks to be a mountainous biome of some variety, I'm not sure which yet.
Right.
And okay, the comments page was just being stupid for me earlier. It seems to have settled down, thankfully.
It looks like we do have hints on the villagers. And let's see about spell hints. Yep, we got spell hints too. So go west to find the trophy. Always good to learn these things so you can narrow down where things are and what you need. I didn't catch what spell is in Rudo.
I didn't catch a spell menu earlier. They might have started with it. I didn't actually catch what spot the thunder spell is in.
Oh, they've got thunder already, and that's actually in vanilla location. Except they already started with it. They must have known. They must have all come from Old Kasuto.
Okay.
Oh, boots! Early boots from Doctor.
Ah, that's nice. And spell there for Victor. Oh, Victor confirming it's spell in Rudo as Jackimus finds a 1,000-point P-bag. Nice.
Oh my god!
In a trophy cave. Good lord, I'll take that.
Put that in attack there, buddy. Give me proud.
Yep. Getting attack 3 as Dr. J's found a Palace 1 here.
You know, a lot of people might be disappointed by not finding an item there, but getting 1,000 points within the first 3 minutes of the game, that's not bad.
Not bad at all. Also, Palace 1 is hard fairy blocked, if I read that correctly, for Dr. J. Ouch! Or glove blocked, actually. The Palace is dark enough in color, I couldn't quite tell. Yeah, that's in the...
I think that's glove or fairy. Either one can get you through there.
Yep, that's fun. Yeah, Palace 1 is kind of out in the middle of nowhere particular. Dark greenish color, yep. So, that's glove or fairy blocked, which is fun, because in Max Rando, in this version of Max Rando, of the randomizer, blocking rooms can appear in any palace.
Yep. Anything can happen. And of course, for those who haven't dropped by in a while, or who are new to this randomizer, this is probably one of the most random randomizers you'll find. And there are actually community rooms in the palaces now. So you'll find rooms in these palaces that were not in any Zelda game ever.
Nope. That's the other thing is, so Nightcrawler and I probably sound a bit idiotic trying to commentate these runners because we don't know where they're going. Don't say like we know where they're going. That's because we actually don't know where they're going. It's
right.
Map Rando.
Yep.
We know about as much about the map as they do, which is to say, not. Connected to Death Mountain there in the middle of the west coast there for Dr. J. That's a good find.
Yeah, Dr. J heading on into actually Medicine Cave right here. A difficult cave to go through in the dark. When you got the glove, it's not so bad. He's having a little trouble here. Okay, just ignore that guild arm. It's only going to give you 3 experience or something. Forget it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. There's a 1,000-point P-bag for ghostdunk, who is going to very much appreciate the levels. Who needs a map? Not Z2R players, as trophy for Dr. J. That is the spell, which could be useful later.
Yeah, especially if it turns them into an enemy that gives a lot of experience or something like that. I haven't actually seen the spell in action. Are they one-hit kills like the normal bots? The same way that... I don't know exactly how it works. I guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah.
Who needs a map? Yeah, that's pretty much true. Some people... A key. Jackimus finds a key in the P-bag cave. Well...
Yeah, but I believe we saw that item cave already. Victor's in the same cave. I think one of ghostdunk or Dr. J was already in it.
I think that's actually new, and VictorSantafe should be coming across this key anytime soon. I don't think that was in the previous version. It was just a jar or a P-bag. I think a key as an option is actually not so bad. It can help you do some sequence breaking.
Yeah, also I noticed there also near the Death Mountain connector is a raft tile to Places Unknown that we'll need to check out at a later point whenever they find a raft.
Nice. Actually, they may not actually need a raft. We haven't seen all the palaces yet. I think we've seen 2 of them, right? Oh, cool. Nice magic jar. So, technically...
Magic jar in death in yeah, that's a convenient find.
Yeah. So technically, they could do 2 palaces on West Continent, and the other one could be GP, and they could just stay on this continent forever. But that's unlikely, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
VictorSantafe taking advantage of his boots to explore this valley of Death Mountain. It's not a valley, it's just a Death Mountain.
No, it's just Death Mountain.
And the boots actually have different... There's actually like kind of 2 different kinds of boots in Randomizer now too. There's these boots which allow you to go anywhere, and there's also boots which only allow you to walk on certain water tiles. So they have the more useful boots, it looks like.
Yeah, Dr. J is going to get the spell. Jackimus just updated. This is very much a mountainous west. It's not a... doesn't look to be a volcano. I don't think it's a caldera. It's just a regular old mountain, which is a bit annoying just because there's so... You have to walk around all the mountains to get anywhere.
And Vapor Mermaid...
This mountain looked to be just a vanilla... just to be a vanilla-like Death Mountain.
Yeah, I think it's vanilla-like.
Because it's not an actual vanilla, but it's not like there's any grass tiles or anything or something there. It's just vanilla-like Death Mountain.
So Vapor Mermaid saying that she doesn't, or he or she does not really understand what's going on, but likes to watch us to chill out and have fun anyway. And you know what? That's one way to do it.
It works perfectly. Oh, Dr. J just found Bay's Island.
And Jackimus got his spell. He has 5 magic containers. That will add up to a total of 80 magic points. So he can cast it once.
That is convenient. Oh, there's a backside of Sari kind of in the southeast. In the south middle, because I think that is more of the continent to the west, to the east of that bit there.
Dr. J playing around with his Lizalfos, or whatever it's actually called in the manual. These guys usually give a decent amount of XP. I think they can go down to 50, maybe just 70, but they can go up to about 300 or 500.
There's also proving to be really tough on attack too, and it's only a red jar. Ooh.
Now he's
also
got to do it again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And also, their Maze Island Bridge took you to the east. Yeah, which is exactly where Jack is right now. As there's PLS2 for Dr. J in the west. Rather dark purple color, not quite sure where this is.
VictorSantafe having to nope out a P1 here.
Yep, and there's Nukasudo for Jackimus.
It's a great place if you got enough magic containers.
5 jars is enough, that is unusually low.
Yeah.
And that's a medicine.
That's great to get.
That is a very good find.
We just don't know what's there yet. We're going to find out. Lifetown. Okay, so medicine gives you life. I mean, that's typically what medicine does. I mean, like in real life.
Yes. It's the water of life, as it's also referred to sometimes.
Right. So it kind of makes sense that you get life from it, but probably not going to go for it. I guess if you're in town already, you may as well. And they're going to go into the town to get downstabbed, so...
Yep. Welcome to Walmart. That is Shield Spell in Nukasudo for Jack.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Victor... Oh, Rauru is just northwest of, that's Jump, okay, well, might as well pick that up while you're here. Both kind of in the southeast part of thing. Middle of east, I think.
That said Town, and that sounds way funkier than Jump Town.
Yeah, there's a bit of a lag. I just missed the spell tower item for Jack. What was that?
Oh, I was supposed to pay attention? Huh, that's my job. Oh.
It's okay. Oh, that was the Buru, as I'm scatterbrained. Oh, no, that is... Okay, kid, thank you, chat, for keeping an eye on things when we both end up missing it. Thank you. So the child does unlock a spell of... Oh, no, we don't know what spell it is, but we'll see. That's Jump for Victor. Dr. J's in Palace 1. ghostdunk is in a cave somewhere.
So we have seen all of the magic items. So all the spells are available to these boys to pick up as they like.
Yep. Nukasudo's in the middle of the coast there, near a palace. I didn't quite catch which palace. That's silly looking spot, and there's a raft tile tube somewhere in the way southwest corner that's just boots block to boot too.
Victor found P4, which is a tempting palace to do if you have Reflect, but they don't. And P3 or P6 on Jackimus' side. That's a nice place.
Coast, yeah. And
oh!
Hey, Desert Tile is Desert Tile's hammer blocking has a magic jar, sure.
Works. Forest and desert, right? That makes sense.
Totally.
I mean, like, Link does literally knock down an entire section of forest. It's gotta be like a square mile of forest with a hammer.
Right?
Maybe that wasn't sand. Maybe that was just, splinters. Just splinters for miles.
Yeah, Dr. J is still in Palace 1. Palace 2, which is proving to be a bit of a troll. This is Palace 3 here for Jackimus. Kind of in the middle of the southern coast.
Victor's enjoying my downstab sprite.
And that's a glove block for Jackimus. Ouch! To note here in P3.
You guys can't see their faces. Victor was really having a ball there.
Yeah, we actually do have face cams on everyone but Jackimus, since we can't see all of their personal streams.
Yep.
I am going to actually scoot Ghost Dunk's cropping slightly, because I realize that looks a little odd.
I don't think disliking Zelda 2 is an unpopular opinion. I think liking Zelda 2 is an unpopular opinion, so...
You're not entirely wrong.
Yeah, but we here love it, so, like, I'm not here ironically. I really do love this game.
Yeah, I mean, we're commentating and these guys are playing it, so presumably, so they like the game and love well enough to play the randomizer, if nothing else. Don't play a random game you hate, I don't think.
Yeah, not more than once at least. But yeah, it feels really nice to play. Once you get the hang of it, the controls are really fluid and the combat's really fun. And Randomizer makes everything about it better.
Okay, and they all have slightly different displays, so I'm just gonna live with the cropping, which is not the perfect, but it works. Dr. J continuing in Palace 2, Jackimus in P3, Ghost Dunk and Victor just doing some exploration.
Jackimus trying to get past this blue iron knuckle, and having the shield spell really saved his tush there.
Yeah. For sure.
Just don't touch anything. Ah! Why did I say it?
Ooh. Speaking of...
Dr. J in one of the new exterior rooms that I really like.
Yep, I do love these. Jackimus is deciding to just thunder the place instead of trying to fight through it, and gets just a key for his efforts, which feels bad.
Are people
cropping
having a
might
problem
look
with
a little
Jackimus?
funny.
Jackimus' stream isn't messed up. We got we're seeing the clear viewing on our
yeah, let me scoot his... No, it's just a little screwed. Cropping's a little funny for Zelda 2. I've changed it a bit again. Should hopefully... I think that looks okay.
You guys are brave with the blue iron knuckles on attack 3. I mean, when you don't have downstab.
Okay, yeah, I see what you mean, but... Okay, that should look better for Jackimus' stream. Cropping's a little funny on Z2. Should be better. Alright, Palace 2 time for Victor. Ghost Dunk's looking for Hammer Cave, and I think might have found it here.
I don't know why Victor didn't up an A. He has 7 experience. It's not like he has to save that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's just going to take an immediate death here. Oh, well,
and there's Helmet Head for Dr. J. Looks like... Okay, I think that Jackimus' cropping should be fixed again. Sorry about that. Jackimus is finding more dead ends in P3, to note. And and Jack, I think, has decided that it's not worth trying to dig. This eastern continent layout looks horrible, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a mess.
I'm not sure which mountainous biome it is just yet, but it is a mountainous biome, and it's not a fun one.
They're having a little bit of a time with this Helmet Head. Helmet Head's central eyeball beam is more powerful than the other ones. Unfortunately,
flute for Jackimus on the southern coast, the water tile.
Yeah, it looks like Dr. J is gonna look for an item in Maze Island first to hopefully make the palace a bit easier.
Yeah, I missed it. Palace 2 was in Maze Island, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not the hardest fight, but you don't want to go through a palace and lose like that.
Yeah, that feels really bad.
Oh, he's trying to kill one of these blue Lizzo holes to get a bit of experience, I think.
Yep. They're old Casudo here for Jackimus. You already have Thunder from here.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
a little confused.
Bail out, Jackimus.
Yep, you know all I can teach you. Go.
Oh man, the blue Lizzo also only gives 150. That's not great. Let's see what the orange one gives.
Yeah. Oh, and that's a death for Jackimus to an invisible Moa in old Casudo. Victor's trying P2. Ghostdunk is looking for this hammer cave, which isn't going anywhere.
Looks like Dr. J... I don't know, personally, I find it a lot more consistent to attack the Lizalfoses by sort of jumping into their hitbox while ducking and then like duck stabbing instead of just attacking them with a straight jump attack from far away. I find that when I do that, I get consistent kills, but and consistent hits. Whereas Dr. J was getting a hit every 2 or 3 times. And so maybe he could give that a shot later, or maybe it's just my imagination. Alright, Jackimus is going to turn in the child. We're going to find out what it is. You already know.
Yep, because I don't.
Yeah,
thank you. And a wild link appears, lol. And the spell is fairy. Nice.
Yeah, you want that.
That is very handy indeed. They're really kind of in the northwestern part of things. And good to know, thank you, chat, that audio is solid. I had a fire alarm that went off like right before this race was supposed to start, so my setup got a little screwy due to not being at my computer.
Everyone's on 3 attack right now, and struggling a little bit with the enemies, but it looks like Victor's going to pick up a level if he doesn't game over. Don't know what level it's going to be.
1090? Either Magic 4 or... Oh, no, it's just going to up A and lose that. Would have been either Magic 4 or Attack 3, I'm not sure which.
I'm kind of looking at Victor right here. He's got to be very careful. A single hit's going to kill him from either fireballs. Oh, no, not the
no, not quite. Just barely survived that hit.
One more hit might do it.
Wait!
Oh wow!
Man, this last bar is taking it. There we go.
That's as close as it comes. And he can get 2 levels out of this just perfectly. So he's probably feeling good about that. Yep. If he can get through this door, yeah, he can.
Yeah, because if he had to go fight something to get had to go die for a magic or something, that would feel bad. And Jackimus, either forgetting or hadn't found P1 yet, I'm not sure which, and finding out, oh wait, that's glove or fairy blocked. I'm getting nowhere there. Although, he can't cast fairy might be the bigger problem. I'm not sure what it costs right now, but it might not be castable right now. Because he did decide to up A out of P1 instead of going in, because that is available with their fairy spell now. It's annoying, but it is available.
Victor did pick up a win against Helmet Head. I think that puts him in the lead in terms of bosses, doesn't it?
I think I think both Victor and Dr. J have managed to take down Helmet Head, if I'm keeping track correctly, or Dr. J died.
Dr. J died. I don't know if he went back.
No, he did not. So yeah, Victor is the only one with a gem on the board right now.
Half down for him. Right now he's looking for the P2 item. He's hoping for the glove, of course. That's what we all hope for in life.
Yeah.
It wasn't past the boss. Oh, interesting room here. Could this be... I don't know many of the rooms, so maybe this is the item room? But basically, in the new version of the randomizer, for those who haven't seen it yet, you can actually go past the boss room from left to right. And so Victor checked behind there, and it was just a dead end with nothing particularly useful. Unfortunately for him. I don't think he's going to pick up any more levels in this palace, because P2 is a kind of small palace. Oh, there's the glove. Dr. J found it.
Oh, nice. I believe that was in Maze Island, one of the two items here.
Yep.
That's a good find.
Which means that Victor's probably going to find it before he leaves this general area, unless he up and A's out of here foolishly. I don't want to say foolishly, but I mean, there's two items right there, so it would be kind of foolish.
Yep, there's downstab for Jackimus. Ghostdunk picking up the shield spell. Those are modded in, so we have oh, there's just a key in Palace 2. Ow, for Victor, who's just like, really? Really?
Well, he will be finding his glove pretty soon if he keeps at this. So he's going to be feeling pretty good after that, and that key will help him. The key and the glove together will help him get his last gem, so might not be as bad as he thinks. But yeah, they are modded in. They're part of the randomizer, and you can select which sprite to use before you generate your seed, and then that will be in your game once you load it up. And I made the Yoshi one. Chibi Plan made the skeleton one. And Jackimus made the Jackimus one. It's supposed to be like a half Dark Nut, half Erdrick sort of thing. That's what...
Okay, I can never remember what that one is, and I didn't want to say what it was in case I goofed. Yeah, and then obviously Ghostdunk just playing with the vanilla sprite. And yeah, this is a 2-gemmer today. I'm not sure what GP is, though, which is a bit of a problem.
Yeah, we haven't seen GP yet. It might be in Valley of Death or something? Do we have a Valley of Death? Yeah, we always have like a Valley of Death in East.
Of some kind, yes.
Yeah. It's not always a valley. Sometimes it's a caldera of death.
Yep.
There's lava, there's death.
Oh, I missed P4 I don't know if we saw P4 earlier, but it's in the far northwest corner and it's bright pink.
Yeah, I think Jackimus did come across it earlier. Or maybe Victor did, but someone
The thing is, we don't have Reflect. It's in Saria or Nibiru, and we haven't seen the front side of Saria, nor have we seen Nibiru just yet.
But with Fairy on the board, they could get to the other side of Saria.
They could. The Ghostdunk is in Palace 2 now, joining Dr. J, who has gone back for the gem. Jackimus is up 8 out of there. And Victor is back to P1. Oh yeah, the backside of Saria is just north of Start, actually.
Yeah. Oh, okay, good. So they'll be able to find it pretty easily. And if this is a dash seed, they can get across there with dash and jump, I think, right?
It is always fire in Max Rando Nightcrawler.
No. Dash is fun.
Man, I hope we get more than 2 gems in the next race. Lols are next. You're not getting 42. You're not wrong, Cooper. You're not wrong.
Those who have no idea what I was just talking about and what Pirate was saying in chat, you know, what we were talking about. Dash is a spell from one of the most recent like ROM hacks for Zelda 2, and the creator of that ROM hack was generous enough to allow DigShake to put it into Zelda 2 Randomizer, so it makes you go fast.
Oh, here's Palace 6. Okay, well that's good information. GP is somewhere in the east, and so the backside of Saria leads to a teeny strip of land over here on the easternmost edge of the western continent. I didn't even realize this bit of land existed, but go figure.
I didn't see Jack pick up Reflect, but I wouldn't put it past him. Like I said, all the spells are available, technically.
He definitely picked it up, because that's how I realized that it was Reflect in Saria, which means that the fire spell is in a Buru today.
Okay.
Been trying to keep track of it. This is also a very salmon-y P6. That's Dr. J's first gem out of P2 here.
Victor needed Jump to get out of here. He didn't have Fairy, so he took an intentional death on a Mew. Gets his little revenge there, and he's going to be jumping up this side.
Yeah, that orange is quite a bright shade for Jack there.
Well, I mean, the NES does have a limited color palette. You can't define the colors like in the Super Nintendo.
Nope. Oh, neat, Starnex. P2 for ghostdunk continues. Victor's in P1. Jackimus just found a dead end in P6. Found a key block also, which he can now get past with that key that was just dropped. Convenient. As the fairy spell, which is logic, that or the any key is logically required to complete palaces, and we have no idea where the any key is, so fairy, I'm not sure what it currently costs, but it is in logic at this point to use it.
Yeah, they have enough magic and ooh, ouch. Knife to the face, followed by some lava. They do have enough magic containers available to them that pretty much, yeah, no matter how expensive Fairy starts out, they'd probably be able to cast it. So I think it's 41 and Magic 4. I think that was the number.
Oh, speaking of the Yeti key, hi!
Nice.
There it is for Jack. That is a nice find.
That is P6 Windows, so he's going to be facing off against Barba after probably a long palace.
Yeah, because the item was fairly early, so Barb was naturally going to be very late. Dr. J picking up the small key that's in P2 and is just like, eh.
Also taking on Barba with attack 3? Might take a while. If you keep your rhythm, it'll happen eventually, but if you lose your rhythm before you can finish her off, it's not too hard to die.
No, it isn't, as Jackimus gets bopped by a block and dies. Beepity beep at least is over for the moment. There's Ghostdunk's first gem.
More key for Victor. If he finishes his palace, he's not going to need keys anymore after this. Oh god, that's horrible!
Oh, gets knocked right back into the lava. Where's the glove? Maze Island, Cooper. Somewhere kind of in the vaguely northwestern direction.
Dr. J and Nukusudo, always a good town.
Yep, and there's...
The child was in here, right?
Yes, yes, the spell tower has a child. Medicines in this first item is in the magic jar locked. Ghostdunk takes a death and is out of P2. We know it's not worth digging for the item.
Victor,
see if Ghostdunk can find that glove.
Victor's a little overeager for Horsehead, but he does take him down. I mean, he got 4 attack and 6 health. It's pretty much inevitable. So that's the last gem for Victor, so he can go into GP once he finds it.
Yeah, the problem is, where's GP?
And he's probably going to want Fairy first, just saying.
He'll find Fairy on his way, I think. Yeah, because the brew is not that hard to find. And yeah, Dr. J got Shield out of Nukusudo, Sizzable. And then Child, yep. Nukusudo had Medicine, Shield, and Child. Ghostdunk's poking around Maze Island, so we'll find his glove sooner or later.
Item in P1 is...
Oh, that was a magic jar in P1. I missed that earlier. Convenient.
Yeah. Not a bad find. It's going to help with casting Thunder. I think there's one more magic container on the overworld somewhere that he doesn't have, so he might come across that before GP.
Yeah. Okay, back to Maze Island. Also, I have to shout out to the fact that Victor is playing on a very literal musical keyboard.
Yep.
Always a fun sight. Like he
Tapping
actually...
the ivories.
Yep. Like I can actually see his face cam on his, because you can see all of his personal stream, and he's got an electronic keyboard sitting in his lap, and he's just tapping away at the keys. There's Barba for Jack, and it's a fun sight.
Jack's got a decent amount of life. He should cast Reflect or Shield if he's got it, because he's in for a long fight.
Yep, Attack 3 Barba is a long fight.
Let's do Jackhammer Barba, but I guess he's not going to do that side face. Welcome to Walmart.
Yep.
I like this P3 on Dr. J's side. He's hoping to find a Rebanak pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't think the Rebanak was too terrible to find in here. I don't believe we saw the item. I think this is the glove incoming for Ghost Dunk. Yep, this is the Red Cave.
Now
And VictorSantafe.
3/4 of our racers are going to have the glove at this point.
Yeah, just looks like it's just Jackimus missing the glove after this point.
Dr. J.
It is Dr. J? I can't tell.
I think so. It's kind of funny, none of these guys have the raft, but they're all good to go for getting to the east.
Yep, they are.
Alright, there's the 7th magic container for Victor, so Thunder is very practical for him at this point.
Yep, and just a P back in P3. Meh. Is that my only opinion? There we go! Nice Barba fight for Jackimus. Did it in one try. It's more of a matter of timing and jumping at the right times and not jumping in the lava, and nicely done, because it's a long fight, but it's not the worst if you get it down, and Jackimus did a nice job of it. So that's a gem and the ending key out of it too, which is nice. That's Jack's first gem. Okay, I was like, why are you fighting? You've already seen the item, he's out of you. I don't really think there's anything else worth noting in this teeny portion of the eastern continent. Yeah, because we've seen all the towns, that was the only palace we were missing. He's out. Good.
Dr. J has back-to-back blue iron knuckles in this room, and unfortunately can't quite kill the second one, despite doing almost all the damage he needs to do it. Kind of a rip-off for him, but you know, it is what it is. Oh,
Yep.
Spell turns enemies into orange iron knuckles. That's not bad, and it did kill them in one hit. So, hey, I mean, there are worse things.
Yeah, there are. There's a great clip of Alan getting pretty trolled by them turning, by the spell turning enemies into orange chicken knights.
Oh, I just realized, if it turns them into orange iron knuckles in this palace, it will turn them into orange chicken knights in GP.
Yep.
I hope it will.
Alright. Jack in P2 now, just in a particularly horrible palace. This eastern continent is just disgusting. I'm not quite sure what biome it is just yet, but it's not a fun one. There's mountains everywhere to walk around, and I'm not quite sure which particular biome, as Victor takes a death in this encounter.
Yeah, Dr. J does have the glove, my bad. I guess it was him and not Jackimus that got the glove. My mistake.
Yep. Yep, Dr. J broke blocks to get here, and also meant to just show the glove. Still looking for this GP, which is somewhere in this not particularly well laid out eastern continent.
Where are you at, Ghostdunk?
Also exploring the east. Dr. J is in P3, yes, is. There's Fairy Town for, Darunia for Victor.
Actually,
Yeah, no
Ghostdunk is in the
promises. Hey, video. In chat. We've got ourselves a 4-way. Jackimus versus Victor, and then Ghostdunk versus Dr. J. Got ourselves an interesting 2-gemmer. It's a matter of exploration, really. Nothing super trolly, just takes a bit.
Wow, video from my previous work showed up in chat? That's pretty crazy. I knew a video in my last work, so...
Oh, neat. Yeah, downstabless Reabonek is kind of tough. RJ's doing alright with it, though.
Victor picking up his upstab? I mean, I'd do it.
You're right here, there's no reason to leave it behind.
Still pretty comfortably in the lead. Assuming he gets his fairy spell, I think he's going to go straight for GP after that. He'll go east to find the child. Is Darenia
Oh, right,
fairy?
Victor hasn't gotten to... Oh. Did Victor... I can't remember if Victor got spell, because the spell is trophy lock. Speaking of the trophy, there it is for ghostdunk. He skipped the spell tire, that'd be why. Also, I spot a Valley of Death here in the northwestern-ish corner of the continent for Victor. No fairy spell is mentioned, so is kind of stuck with going through this vanilla way.
If he doesn't have fairy yet, this could be a little bit of a mistake. I mean, it's not guaranteed you can get fairy blocked, but it's certainly possible.
Yeah. I think he's gonna take that risk right now.
Oh.
Ooh!
Having the cross would have been nice there. He got the hit for the cross. If he has a palace nearby, it might be worth it to jump out and try getting his lives back.
Neither of the Eastern Continent palaces we've seen are anywhere... the only Eastern Continent palace we've seen is the Palace 3, and it's way on the southern coast. So there's not a good spot for Victor to up A and get his lives back. He's kind of stuck with this.
Kill that Moa. And he does. He's just going to be a little low on magic going forward.
Yeah.
Oh, was that a town in the Caldera in Valley of Death? Or...
Might have been. I didn't quite catch it, but it is possible in this version of the randomizer. I think this east might just be vanilla-like. It's pretty horrendous, but it does... I think it might be vanilla-like. It's kind of hard to tell.
I think it's vanilla-like, yeah. Oh no, it's a there, my bad. Alright, well, Victor's gonna have to without Thunder this time.
Yep. This is gonna suck.
Yeah. Oh, well, he's... Oh.
Don't!
Oh god, did he get hit by a Moa while he was doing that? Oh!
Oh! He's down to his last life, too. This is gonna be...
Get to the middle and get ready to cast Thunder on that Moa, and hopefully at least one of those annoying enemies.
Yeah.
The thing, you don't know when to cast it because you can't see him. Oh, he didn't get it.
Does look like he got through here.
Oh, it's still there.
It's still there. Oh, there we go. Phew.
There's a third. And he's on his last life.
Please encounter...
Encounter skip, buddy.
Please encounter skip, Victor. It's better than doing whichever else. The other's doing some exploration right now. And Victor is just kind of punching the air in annoyance at this situation because he's so close yet so far.
Yeah. Although
they're
attacking 4 times, it could be 3 or 4, when you enter one of those forced encounters, when you enter one of those forced encounters, will actually force the enemies to come straight at you. It's like a enemy manipulation.
Yep. Alright, this is GP. 39:44, I believe, was the time for Victor there. ghostdunk is in Nibiru, I believe, picking up... Oh, I'm not actually sure where Nibiru is, but...
So, Victor's got a really good lead. He's just gotta really hope that there's no fairy block, but he does have upstab. Whoa! he is using Black Yoshi as his shield sprites. Nice.
Oh, that's fun. Also, I have to note actually though that Jackimus is close behind and does have the glove, but doesn't have the glove. So yeah, Doesn't have the glove, but does have fairy, so that's a toss-up between those two. One has glove but no fairy, the other has fairy but no glove.
Jackimus's tracker says he has glove.
On his pause menu, because I didn't actually catch it.
Oh no, his tracker.
Jackimus does not have a tracker on his stream. You might be looking at.
I am looking at Ghost Dunks. Sorry.
You're all good. It's a little hard to keep track because there's no distinct border between the streams on the comms page. Ghost Dunk found P4.
It's really cool. It's Jackimus versus Victor, right? And they're both.
It is Jackimus's versus Victor, and they're really close.
And they're both taking a gamble, which is it's a really interesting way for those two to finish their match off against each other.
Yeah. And 41-14 for Jackimus, just a little over 2 minutes behind, because over 1 minute, because yeah, it was 39-44 and 41. Yeah, minute and a half. Yeah, minute and a half between the Victor and Jackimus entering GP, each missing one thing the other has.
Now, oh, is this an eternal loop that Victor found? Yeah, he's got to go right here. Oh.
Ooh, dying doesn't help as Ghost Dunk picks up upstab. No, that sounds stab right.
What did? Oh, this is not a loop. Actually, they're two different rooms that look exactly like each other.
Yep. Yeah, and for Jackimus and Victor, this is a winner goes move. This is a loser goes home. So it is big that each of them is missing one thing that the other has, and it could be that. And we'll see which one matters. It might be both, depending on how this GP goes.
True, they might both have to lose. Wouldn't that be a thing? But one interesting thing about Jackimus. Oh, well, Victor found out where left goes, and he's probably gonna up an A here, get his lives back, because he's maybe not. Anyway, the sort of advantage that Jackimus has is if his gamble is correct. If the glove is not required, that puts him at an advantage because he's going to be forced to stay away from glove blocks, which would force him into the correct direction. So if his gamble is correct, he probably will make up 2 or more minutes from Victor.
Yep. Yeah, Yoshi with the shielded spell is interesting because it's black compared to the usual green here.
It looks pretty cool.
It does. Dr. J and Ghost Dunk doing some exploration. They're still both looking for their second palace right now, I think. Ghost Dunk just found Bagu. Doesn't have the fairy spell yet. No, Ghost Dunk doesn't have fairy yet, so this does get them to Palace 6, which actually wasn't too terrible if you found it. GP continues for Victor and Jack.
We have a waffle room downstairs. Victor, wanting to avoid that, is going to take this, but it looks like if Jackimus is heading in this direction, that Victor is, and I think Victor did. I mean, he at least checked a lot of stuff, so Jackimus might be forced into these blocked rooms.
Yeah. Victor, in the meantime, is getting trolled by the chickens in this room.
You gotta time your jumps and kind of feather the D-pad a little bit to get in here properly.
Yep. This is not the easiest. The waffle at least restricts the chicken's movements as long as you do it correctly. Don't die, please, Victor.
Get it, feather? Because they're birds.
Yes, I noticed. And oh, there's another chicken right behind this waffle. Ew! That's a glove block for Jackimus, and he's gonna up A and try a different route. Ghost Dunk is in Palace 1 in the meantime, so this will be his second gem. Dr. J's getting down stab.
Dodging these guys with jump might have been a good idea.
I think so. This is kind of a terrible waffle room. Chicken and waffles being, yep, there we go. Chicken and waffles.
They still have 2 lives, so it's not too bad yet.
Not yet. Dr. J getting down stab.
Press down to crouch. I mean, that's
Yep.
true.
Victor, the first two chickens stay dead for the moment, but that third chicken is not being nice, as it were. It never really is.
Yeah, attack 4 is just really weak against these firebirds, these flaming chickens, these spicy chickens. But Victor's handling this well really now. Handling this one really well now.
Yep, there we go. Chicken's down, and I bet, let's see if there's anything else in this room. Nope! That's it. That's him through, as Jackimus gets jump scared by a big bot.
Oh, I don't think Victor's seen this room, so I mean, Jackimus could be on the right track.
Yeah, because Jackimus has been taking everything that's not glove blocked.
Oh, no.
Oh, lava bath for Victor.
Whoever designed that room was kind of mean.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to walk over that gap, like in TMNT. Hope he realizes that.
Yeah. Yeah, it is really easy to die here. And this is Victor's last life. Ooh!
That was close.
Phew. That was close. I think Dr. J was in Meta, which means he picked up a life spell. Nothing markable, Sis. Dr. Jackimus is going back. There's the big bot scare again. Dr. J is in Palace 4 fighting... looking for some experience. I don't think he has Reflect, so...
This is a tough
well, he
one
might
that
have
Victor's
actually.
in. Oh my gosh, and he's on 2 health.
Yep. Oh god, that's a glove block for Jackimus, and I think we can say pretty convincingly that this GP is glove block, because I think Jackimus has taken every possible route that's not glove blocked in here, and he's out.
Oh. Oh
no! Oh, well.
I was about to say, wow, he found the Moa. He was, I thought he was trying to avoid the Moa with his jump stab. No, he was gonna, seek it out with his down stab and kill it, and held that down button a little too long.
Whoops.
He's probably gonna try taking a different route this time, though, which is gonna lead him, well, to Jackimus's down glove block. Which, I mean, that could be the way to Thunderbird too. So, hopefully Victor sticks it out, doesn't try to leave, because he's doing well so far, hasn't seen a fairy block yet, and there's a free life, which is very good for him.
Yep, and Jackimus is now... well, Jackimus is, in Maze Island looking for his glove, so that's a good thing. Heading in the right direction, too. It's not too far from here, so... hopefully Jackimus gets that glove very shortly, because he's only yep, there it is. Although Jackimus now has to walk all the way back to GP, and that takes a while. Because that GP is pretty buried in the east there. Because you get there from Maze Island in the far southwest corner, then you have to walk all the way around to get to the east. To the GP, because you can't go north, you have to go south and around. It is a long walk to this Valley of Death.
With those 2 vertical, identical rooms with the different enemies, Victor tried checking left in one of them, and I think he checked the wrong one, actually. So, he might feel like he's seen it all as far as that goes, but I don't think he's actually checked left in the empty room. So hopefully that's not a thing, because sometimes when you're racing, you get these sort of mental blind spots. Like, you just sort of forget something that exists, or you forget that you haven't been someplace, and that could prove fatal, unfortunately. Why did Ghost Dunk dip after Horsehead? I don't know, maybe he doesn't like magic. No, there's people like that. One thing to be careful about is the room that ghostdunk is in. Someone entered a room into the into the competition or whatever that is basically identical to a room that's in vanilla, except it has 2 entrances. So it's kind of evil. You can't actually tell which one you're in until you actually check all the way the other direction.
Yeah. Okay, just checking on the status because we do have another race starting soon. They're scheduled to start in about at 11 p.m. Eastern. We were hoping that we were able to get them in after these guys, but the next race does have a bit of a tight schedule, and this race is taking a little bit long. So I think we'll just do the one restream for today then.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Alright, Dr. J and ghostdunk are both after their second gems here, I believe. And they're both equipped with the glove. So I suppose they'll be going... Oh, unfortunate item for Dr. J there. Just a red jar. ghostdunk places his gem.
Yep. Yeah, because one of the runners said they only have about 15 minutes to wait, and I am unsure if ghostdunk or Dr. J can finish in the next 15 minutes.
I don't think they will.
Yeah, and even Jackimus and Victor are going to take a bit, and then we have to consider interviews. So we'll go raid one of those, either Zarnax or Elendar after this, and see how they're holding up on their race, because they are racing soon. And theirs is also a winner takes all match, where the winner moves on and losers out. So same as the situation as Victor and Jack.
You got the emoji room. For those of you who love this one, God, the enemies that can spawn in here can be real bad because the way these blocks are laid out.
Yep, they're kind of like waffle rooms, but in some ways worse. Alright, so Jackimus is back in GP with a glove. ghostdunk and Dr. J both currently looking around a bit. ghostdunk is up to 2 gems now, needs to find GP though. Dr. J is still looking for his second gem.
It really looks like Victor's rocking out while he's doing that.
Yep, now Jackimus gets to deal with this delightful waffle room. And Victor's right behind, although Victor's already gotten past this room, so he has a bit of an exploration advantage, even if he appears to be about 5 seconds behind entering it.
Yeah, and he might have a life advantage. I know he got a free life at some point in the palace on this go.
Yeah, because these guys are currently very close. Victor does have 1 additional life level on Jackimus. There goes a life. Down to 3 for Victor.
I don't think Victor needed to kill that.
Don't think so either,
but... He just left it alone.
Yeah. But, okay, Victor is trying to avoid the fireballs and this chicken. Thought about going over top and decides to go underneath it instead. 2 spicy chickens in 1 room is not fun. Smart choice to cast shields.
Well, he is falling a little bit behind Jackimus, so if Jackimus pulls this off, he might get the Thunderbird first, or Dark Link as it is. But we haven't seen the Thunderbird room, so it's likely, I think, that Thunderbird is required.
Yep. Okay, that is Jackimus 5s. Victor is currently on 3. The ghostdunk, I believe, is looking for the 3rd Western Continent Palace. We know it's it's only accessible by way of Saria, it looked like, because the map was horrendous.
Oh, Jackimus has a cross too. That's going to be a big advantage over Victor in that one.
Oh yeah, that is a nice one. I missed where the cross was, but that does help for seeing the invisible Moas that are trolling. Ooh, hi, Thunderbird!
And Jack has to find magic, because he doesn't have enough to cast Thunder.
Might try a different route first. You're not wrong. Yeah, betting to have these spicy nacho chips and nomming on haha them spicy chickens. I have to agree with you. These spicy chickens are being spicy. For both Jackimus and Victor.
Very much so.
And yeah, these fireballs especially are what's really trolling these two runners.
Oh. Shit.
This is getting dicey for Jack.
What's he
that
gonna
orange
do
chicken knight's not helping, and
he takes a if he takes a death soon, is he gonna go back to Thunderbird, or is he gonna?
He might. I'm not sure because we'll see what's past this room. Ghostdunk is still hunting for that last Western Palace. We know it's quite hard to find and requires Saria of all things.
And there's another one of these rooms somehow.
Yeah. Ghostdunk's found Rudo now, which is the spell. Doesn't do really a whole lot of anything other than unlock Fairy, which hasn't been required yet, actually.
VictorSantafe went all the way down that elevator, so he didn't see the Thunderbird room.
No, he did not see Thunderbird. That is information on Jack, who takes a death. He's down to his last life. I like Big Bots and I cannot lie. There's spell for Ghost. Who abruptly turns to the camera and points at it. I'm not quite sure what that was for. Simultaneous waffle rooms in different locations for Victor and Jackimus. Dr. J's in Palace 1 looking for this gem, I think. Or is it? I think I'm sort of already beaten this, though. I'm not sure what he's doing here.
No, I actually think Jackimus has the advantage right now. Because Jackimus just showed us that there's a long way to go in that direction, and Victor's gonna take it the whole long way, but
yeah.
Jackimus is gonna head back to Thunderbird at some point.
Yeah.
And that seems to me like the winning bet at this point.
Yeah. Alright, and Dr. J was getting the item out of Talisman, which was the NE key, so that is helpful at least for exploration a bit. It is left versus right Desi's, but we have Jackimus and Victor are racing each other, and Ghostdunk and Dr. J are racing each other, so that's the split.
Victor thinking about whether he should go for that fairy or not. Decides not to. I think he might have to fall if you want to get that fairy. Unless you cast fairy to get back up, but he doesn't have the magic to do that, nor the spell. Oh, Victor up in ace completely. He had like 2 or 3 lives left, so... And Jackimus is not going to Thunderbird because he doesn't have the magic to do that anymore. So, gosh, I don't know what's going to happen now.
So yeah, back to... Oh, okay, there's a curtain room here for Jack. Dr. J is going to get disappointed. Dr. J and Ghostdunk are both heading through Saria and are going to be majorly disappointed that it's just P6 over in this teeny bit of the Western continent. That's a dead end for Jackimus.
I think when you come across a Thunderbird room, you're this deep into GP, you gotta think, well, Thunderbird is a 50-50 flag, so 50% chance that I'm gonna beat Thunderbird, and Darklink is gonna be like 1 or 2 rooms past that because there's so many other rooms available. So
yeah,
I'm pretty confident Jackimus should be going to Thunderbird right now. Victor never saw Thunderbird, so I don't know.
Yep. Okay, death for Jackimus. But yeah, we have seen a very large amount of GP at this point between Jackimus and Victor, so there is a very good chance it's stuck behind Darklink is right behind Thunderbird today.
Yeah.
Yeah, this GP is pretty nasty. Both Jackimus and Victor have spent the better part of 20 minutes in here now. Victor about 20, Jackimus closer to 15. Happy 1 hour, everyone. And yeah, we're going nowhere particularly fast.
Jackimus has a lot of spells, but less magic than Victor.
Yep. Let's at least have the choice in spells to use. Okay, Jackimus is also down to almost no health again. This is a bit nerve-wracking.
I don't think this is a good choice, Victor. Tanking 4, 5, 6 fireballs just to kill a firebird? Just go above.
Yeah, Victor, why? Don't lose all your health to this.
Victor lost all of his health.
Yep. This is not worth one singular, really tough, spicy chicken.
And how much time is this taking? This has been like a minute. And that was like 10 fireballs.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Jackimus died there, and is now having to get through this first waffle again before going to the second.
Is this a shortcut? Is this a shortcut to where they were before? That Victor just got to?
I'm not actually sure.
I think so, but Victor is not going to where Thunderbird was.
No, he needs to go up in that elevator, not left here.
I think immediately right. I think that's right.
Might have been. Alright, and Jackimus does make the sensible play to go above this chicken. Well, if the game would quit lagging, that would help.
Of course, Jackimus could just cast Reflect and not take 10 fireballs, but, I mean, still jump is much more sensible.
Yeah, you just avoid the whole chicken altogether. Fireballs and all, and okay, there we go. Daruna here for ghostdunk, so that is, and they're he's at least back on the eastern continent, which is good news. There's also the fairy spell, as Jackimus gets to T-Bird.
Victor with some bad timing there. Yeah, Jackimus is, I'm pretty sure gonna see Darklink like the next room over.
Yes, as long as he can survive attack 4 T-Bird, because this is his last life. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, it's the GP that never ends. This is not good. That the Jackimus is already down quite a few bars of health, and Thunderbird's only down 1 bar of health. Oh, and that's a game over.
Well, Victor's gonna be up in A too, I think. Well, he shouldn't. The smart thing is just to leave here and go right, and that'll get him to Thunderbird, and if he beats him on his first try, then he will get to Darklink first. And he has enough magic to do this, as long as he doesn't stay inside those bubbles. Because every frame that you're inside a bubble, you drain 1 magic point. So even if you're not taking damage, you're still losing magic.
Yeah. And Jackimus has to make the the enemy, the track all the way back to T-Bird, which has a lot of enemies in it. It's not a fun track. Hey, I see Dr. J is in the area of the Valley of Death, which is good news if he gets there.
Victor's going the wrong way. This is what I mean by having a mental blind spot. Mm-hmm. He doesn't realize he's not been to the right in the room below him. And so he's going back to where he's been before. And so he's not going to see Thunderbird, and Jackimus is going to win.
Yep.
It's sad to see, but you just can't get lost like this. You gotta make sure your brain is running at 100%, high octane, whatever.
Yeah. And there's the wrap for ghostdunk. Well, it's something. It's not particularly helpful. And the thing that's really annoying about these emoji rooms is, unlike traditional waffles, you can't really avoid the enemies because they're more open. You're just kind of stuck trying to get through as fast as possible with severe lag, apparently.
I just don't know
and
where
not
Victor,
get hit.
I don't know where Victor thinks he's going right now.
I don't know where he thinks it's going either.
He's seen these rooms over and over and over again. So
he's going in a loop. He's back in this waffle room again. This is not new. Ghost Dunk's in Naburu. Dr. J is heading for Valley of Death, so we'll see how he fares in GP once he gets there. Is of comparable levels to Victor and Jack.
Yeah, I don't see any way Victor's going to win this because he's not going to go back to with Thunderbirders. I guarantee it. He's going to go
No,
somewhere
not
else.
at this point. Because he would have gone back there by now, I think.
I think just because that room appeared 3 times, I think.
Yeah, which really throws you for a loop. Ghost Dunk picking up the fire spell. Fire... Not sure what that links to, actually.
Nobody is. Oh, wow. That's an issue.
Oh!
Jackimus. That's a cool room. I like it.
That is a cool room. Also a bit of a surprise. Fighting the spicy chicken for... I don't even know. Then decides to obey. I think obeying was a smarter choice there, but Dr. J's actually coming up on GP. Which is... and Ghost Dunk's not far behind. Depending on how these two route their GPs, we'll see how that goes for them, because Jackimus and Victor have been in here for... Victor's been in here for half an hour, it's getting close to that for Jackimus. And Ghost Dunk, and they have not managed to succeed in completing this rather horrible GP. Let's see how Dr. J and Ghost Dunk do with it. Dr. J currently going for encounter skip. By the way, that's a hilariously usefulest river double up there.
He just wants to get out of the way. Like, he's been killed by enough flutes in his life. He's like, I'm not doing this again. Oh, Dr. J.
Oh, thankfully that is not a game over.
It does look like a close race between Dr. J and Ghost Dunk. And
Yeah.
Jackimus is taking plenty deaths too, but he has lots of lives. I'm assuming he's going to Thunderbird. I hope he's going to Thunderbird.
I think so. He just needs to survive long enough to get there, which is proving to be a challenge in and of itself. Alright, let's see. 107.58 GP for Dr. J. Just keeping track of when they get here. Ghost Dunk's about a minute behind.
Now,
Let's see how long Dr. J spends exploring this rather truly GP.
Jackimus, so Victor, you need to do this, but in the other one. The
Yeah,
one that's
wrong
not-
elevator room.
Yeah, the one that's not connected to the other.
Yeah.
The one that doesn't have an identical twin.
Your brain is melting, so is mine. GP tends to mess with one's brain as, back to this laggy waffle for Jack. Victor is continuing to get turned around. Ghost Dunk's getting to GP. Has a couple of encounters left. I think this might be the last forced one. Needs to do an encounter skip. And Dr. J is, in GP, so...
This is the Thunderbird room for Jackimus. Saw him going here. He's gonna have to take a death, but afterwards, he's free to take his attempt. Now, he is only at attack 4, so losing a Thunderbird is certainly possible, but the same is true for Victor.
Yeah, and Dr. J as well is only on attack 4. Ghost Dunk, the highest attack out of everyone with attack 5. Has the best levels and magic, actually, out of everyone. Is generally the most equipped, has 5 hearts, which is the same as everyone else, has life 6, magic 6, and attack 5. Ghost Dunk is the most well equipped. We'll see if attack 5 makes a dent in the enemies in here. I'm honestly not sure if it will.
Against the enemies, probably not, but against Thunderbird, certainly.
Yeah. And at this point, we're very certain that Thunderbird is required somehow. Is required for Darklink, because I think we've seen everything else. Victor's really tried and hasn't succeeded at finding Darklink elsewhere. He's currently dealing with these identical elevator rooms, which I think are melting his brain.
And Jackimus is doing well so far. I think he's taken 1 bop. Looks like he can take Well, that's another bot.
I think
So-
he's down to 1-hit range now.
Yeah. Oh,
Up there. Yeah, that's...
he has another life, I think, so.
Yep, has one more. Also, I missed when ghostdunk entered GP. Whoops. $109.40, thank you, lost. So about a minute and a half ish. Little, not quite, a little under 2 minutes. So. And honestly, let's see how long it takes for them to find their way through this rather maze labyrinthine. Ooh, game over again for Jackimus.
It's possible Victor's about to take another death here.
Yeah.
So, yep.
And Dr. J is just either up 8 or game over. I'm not sure which in his GP as ghostdunk deals with this delightful waffle room. Kind of shrugs at the camera at that death, because, yeah, what can you do?
Jackimus knows what to do. Victor's got lives, and he's in the palace, and he's killed stuff, so he could go the Thunderbird relatively easily and quickly, but, I mean, he's got this bird in a good place. A very, very good place. But, that's not the bird you're after.
Nope, wrong bird. Way too small, and it's red, not blue. Ghostdunk going for this delightful waffle room again.
He casted Reflecting. He actually did manage to block one of the fireballs with it, but just one.
Yeah, these runners probably would rate this GP a 0 or 1 out of 5, because this is a dismally bad one. It's not very blocked. It is not downstab or upstab blocked as far as I can figure. It's just mean.
Yep, no parry block, no upstab, no downstab block. But Victor he's getting really hung up on these enemies. He's getting really hung up on just all the wrong things. He's still got, I think, 2 lives left after he dies, which is going to happen, like, right now.
Yeah. Alright, and we need to remember to also keep an eye on Dr. J and ghostdunk, who are dealing with his GP now as well. They do have an exploration disadvantage, but if one of them manages to find Thunderbird quickly, they could manage to be in a decent spot too, because it's just a matter of... At this point, it's a race to beat Thunderbird between our 4 runners.
Well, Azura Sarah is a little disappointed in our foul dungeon here, but you have to keep in mind, Azura, this is an all-you-can-eat dungeon, and these guys have come back for seconds, thirds, fourths, so...
I think it's beyond fourths at this point for Jackimus and Victor. They're stuffed. There's a death for Jackimus to reset his life, and he does have 3 lives right now, so has 3 tries at this Thunderbird. See how long it...
Victor is somewhere that I don't really have much of a memory of, but I'm... yeah, okay, so please, Victor, go to the only place you haven't been. Please. Just up an A, go to the... No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Jack would have to game over again, but Victor's kind of wasting time right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is not worth the fight, Jackimus. It's really not. I'm pretty sure that 2300 is the, yeah, so 2300, I believe, is attack 5 for both Jackimus and Victor. Dr. J's managed to get up to attack 5 as well, so our 2 runners on the right, despite being significantly later to GP, do have a level advantage over our runners on the left.
And Jackimus is doing good right now on this go. He's got 2 more hits in him.
Yep. Yeah, Victor. And oh, that's a game over for Victor. is kind of pulling a very grumpy face at this point. Alright.
Comes in, if he asks where Thunderbird is, I'll be like, yeah, the one place you haven't been. The only place.
Yeah. I think, and, okay, Jackimus is doing very well with this round of Thunderbird. Watch me jinx it. But there we go, GG's. Hey, Alan, I rolled this disaster.
You rolled it again? Why do you keep doing this, Star?
I roll terrible seeds most of the time. Oh, I actually managed to pause Victor's stream by accident. I am just doing my job, technically, yes.
Wait a second. Where's Jackimus right now? He's in this room?
That is just after Thunderbird.
Hasn't Victor seen that room before?
Good question.
He did. He saw the ferry down below. There's another way to get there.
Ooh. This room here, this special waffle room above a pit.
That's evil. Just put an enemy or two in there, please.
I'm not, they're glad that there's no chickens in this waffle room.
I can say it.
Yeah, if Victor did manage to find this room for another direction, that could be good if there's a way to get there. The first on the inside didn't have the big bot. Oh, that might be a good point, as Dr. J takes a game over. Ghost taking the paperclip room here. This blue chicken knight's being annoying. And there we go. And, nope, I thought that was a Dark Link, but I can't tell. And that's a death for Jack, is down to his last life. Where's the syrup? Where's... sorry, I am having a brain fold as to what that's referring to today. Yeah, Jack is... yeah. Good point. Also, ew, this room. Oh, and that's a game over for Jack.
Why did you do this to me?
I didn't intend to roll a GP that... I'm not even kidding. Victor has been in this GP for 43 minutes. Yeah, like actually, he entered here at 39:44. He has been in here for almost... Yeah, he's been in here for almost 40 minutes.
He's been in GP longer than he took the entire rest of the season.
Yeah, we are almost... actually, yes, 118. We have spent... Victor has spent as much time in GP as he did in the rest of the sea. Jackimus isn't far from it. This GP, in a word, sucks. I can't even argue, this actually quite sucks.
Is that a fourth version of this room? No, okay. That can't be. Yeah, okay, no. Well, let's see. If Victor finds that fairy room again, that he noped out of, then he could be he could catch up. But
he could. And the ghostdunk and Dr. J are also struggling through this equally terrible GP. Lost in chat asking if I'm trying to give everyone diabetes from all these waffles. I don't know. I think, by the way, if you're wondering what the syrup on top of the waffles is, I think the waffle room with lava pits is probably the syrup on top.
for Jackimus. Okay, he got it. He got it.
Yep.
I gotta say, Ghost has the nicest stream in terms of frame rate. Good job, Ghost.
Yeah.
So Jack just walks past here because he's already killed the big bird. And,
Yep, there is that. Is that
in this room too?
So yeah, this was accessible from a different direction, which is interesting.
Wait.
Oh no, that's a different one.
Was it the same room?
Is it?
There was a big bot on Jackimus' side, and there was not a big bot on Victor's side. So...
Oh yeah, so it's a different one that looks very similar, which is very trolly.
Oh man. So Dark Link is past one of these rooms. I want to say it's on Jackimus' side, but at this point, oh yeah.
Yeah, it is because Victor's in the loop. That's a loop. It's not helpful.
Okay.
Victor got stuck in the elevators again. That's not great.
So Victor, you gotta go beat that bird. Sorry.
Please. I don't think he's found the bird yet. Is the bigger problem. And Dr. Jackimus is back in here. Dr. J's getting through the emoji room. Ghostdunk's in one of the various waffle rooms. There's a lot of waffle rooms in this GP. It's waffles and chickens galore.
Dr. J is about to take a lot of damage.
Yep! This is a death here! Yep! And here's this funny room for Jack.
Darklink's pretty soon.
It has to be. Yep, there it is. There it is. GG's to Jack, finally.
What have you done, Star? What have you done?
And alright, we are finally an hour and 22 minutes in. 41 minutes after Jackimus first entered GP, he's finally done. GG.
Yeah.
It's 1:22:35, and Jackimus will be joining for an interview to yell at me about this mess. Right, let's see, I bolt out.
I'd be surprised if Victor came in too, because, yeah, he... Hey, how's it going, Jackimus?
Hey, Jack, GG's.
The waffles.
Yeah. We're switching audio to Dr. J, by the way.
And then when I saw the waffle with lava in the middle, I wanted to strangle someone.
Now, I hope you have a wireless control so you couldn't hurt anyone nearby, but you know, you're a real racer, so I'm guessing it's wired, right? Jackimus.
Well, I won.
Yeah, you won. After you entered GP at 41 minutes and change. You finally finished it in hour 22.
Yeah.
You spent half the seed. You spent nearly half the seed in GP, considering that you also had a detour for the glove.
Yeah, the glove was like 2 squares off of the path to the palace on Maze Island. It's one of those, like, I'm really annoyed that I had to go back and get that and go through the Valley of Death again, and... Yeah, and then, geez, like... I don't know what happened the first few times I was fighting Thunderbird. It seemed like the fireballs were just not flying off like they normally do, and I'm getting tagged at the sides of the room where it's like, I shouldn't be getting tagged here, I don't know, but I got it done there eventually. Oh, and then I, game overed at the room right in front of Dark Link, because why not?
Yeah, that was an extra fun, hey, downstab block, thanks, game!
Yeah, the Bird Nights were awful tonight. More so than usual. And just the waffles.
Yeah, the waffles were just dreadful.
I gotta say, well done. Oh, ghostdunk found Thunderbird. He is the second person to have found Thunderbird.
Yeah, so you actually entered GP about a minute and a half after Victor, Jackimus. Victor came in without Fairy, you came in without Glove. Victor's still in GP, still hasn't found Thunderbird.
Oof.
Yeah, because you know how there were 3 of those rooms. The room right before Thunderbird with the elevator and the 2 paths, the one
Yeah.
left to right. I think every time Victor sees that, he thinks he's in the other ones. The ones that
There were 2 that looped infinitely to each other, and then there was the one in front of Thunderbird.
Yeah. I don't think
And
Victor...
then there was the Jackimus room and the anti-Jackimus room that led to each other. So there were 2 paths to Thunderbird through whichever Jackimus room you wanted to go through.
Yeah.
But then there were waffle rooms on both paths.
Like Jackimus room. Yeah, so unfortunately, every time he comes by that room, and he actually hasn't been by that room in about 15 minutes.
Maybe I'll bring up the restream and watch the rest of the gang finish up here.
Yeah, because they're gonna. Well, ghostdunk is second on the train of finding Thunderbird. Dr. J's still exploring. Dr. J and ghostdunk were much behind you guys. 107.58 for Dr. J, 109.40 for ghostdunk, but ghostdunk found Thunderbird a whole lot faster because we had quad GP for a good 15 minutes there.
Yeah.
If ghostdunk dies here, he hasn't explored that much of GP, so he's probably gonna leave and do other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, need ghostdunk to not leave because this is the path to This is the right path to Darklink. How many lives does ghostdunk have right now?
Might be on his last one. He's died at least once.
Yeah,
Is attack 5 any good on this seed? Oh yeah. Yeah, look at that, 2 hits per bar. So it's
definitely making a difference.
I was somewhat considering beating up a bunch of those skull heads to get attack 5 in GP because they were worth 50 points, but
wow, that would have been a lot.
It was just like, no, I'm pretty sure that I can beat Thunderbird at attack 4, at least with this background.
Yeah. Yeah, especially because it's 20. I think 2300 was your next attack level, and that's
yeah. It was getting pretty high up there. Like early on, I also skipped over a couple levels that I really should have just taken, but I'm not really used to the new like randomized room layouts, so I didn't really know that the end of a palace could just not be the exit. So I'd like, yeah, I'll cancel the gem and get the level on the way in. Oh, it's a dead end. I have to up an A. Bye, experience.
Yeah. Also, ghostdunk is almost down with Thunderbird. Has managed to not get hit impressively. There we go. Yeah.
And now I guarantee you, if he dies after this, he's coming back here.
Oh yeah, because it's right here. And he probably has to know that this was just an absolutely dismal GP.
You know what's funny? The room before Thunderbird was very similar to those linked rooms, but the room after Thunderbird also had a twin elsewhere in the palace.
Yeah.
A big bot down there, but it did have the fairy, it did have everything else.
Yeah.
Did you folks enjoy my victory celebration?
Yeah, I saw it. I did pause it before chat could see it, but yeah, that was funny. That was funny.
Disappointing.
I forgot that it was there.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh. ghostdunk just took over half his health with one mistake after getting his life refilled. Good thing he did get his life refilled.
Yeah. And Victor actually went and got a notebook out. I think he's very confused by this GP. Victor came in here at 39 minutes. It has been 50 minutes that Victor has spent in this GP.
Ouch.
I think he is thoroughly bamboozled by this at this point. And Dr. J was actually just in the twin room to the one before Thunderbird.
It wasn't that long. It was like 8 rooms to Thunderbird and then like 4-ish more to get to Darklink, so it wasn't
was only
necessarily
a couple.
long, but there were like 3 loops in the main body of the palace and 2 different paths to get to Thunderbird, so it was a little wonky.
Yeah, and Victor's gotten thoroughly bamboozled as to where that one path he needs is.
Yeah.
He's got no idea.
You guys got anything else for me before I meander off and watch the rest of this?
Not especially, Jack. I mean, GG's. Good luck in brackets, because this did secure your place in there.
Yay, I made it! Sweet.
Hey, after beating them, what's got to be one of the loudest GPs I've seen in a while. This suck.
We could see a
Alrighty.
game
Well,
over.
I'm gonna duck on out of here. So let's
Yep.
go, Bruins!
Of course.
Of course, see ya, Jack.
But we may actually see a game over to Darklink right here on Ghostdunk's side, because that shield spell isn't going to do enough. Well, it would be, but he's going to come back. I mean,
Oh yeah, at least he got here before he any potential game
Yeah,
over. Yeah.
because that's not how you dodge Darklink jumping.
No, that is not. At least he found it. If he had game
Yes.
over in the room before with a downstab block, he might have gone a different route, and that would have been a big rabbit hole.
As long as he remembers how to get back there, he's going to secure his victory over Dr. J. 99.999% sure.
Yeah. Dr. J still pretty bamboozled by this GP.
Oh, and he's doing the same thing that Victor was. Take the fireball, hit the chicken. Take the fireball, hit the chicken. But he cast Reflect, so...
He is having a marginally better day.
Yeah, he had fire, which is linked to Reflect, I think. And that...
There is at least, and yes, lost. This GP is ass. All right, Dr. J is back in the back in. There's some elevators here. This is just fire. It's a fun time. Zardex and Elendar started 32 minutes ago. I'm wondering which one's ending faster in the rate we're going between Dr. J versus Elendar and the Zardex. I have no idea what their seed looks like, and I don't want to know what their seed looks like, but there's a decent chance it ends before this does. For Dr. J and Victor. Oh.
Pull the T2 Judgment Day on us.
Yeah. Alright, Victor's trying to figure out where the heck... back in the elevators. I think he is looking at his notes and trying to figure out what this is. Yeah. Simpler times.
These rooms probably 20 times.
Yeah, he has, and he's still as confused as he was before. Dr. J, this is a dead end. And Victor is consulting his notes to try and figure out what the heck is up with this GP, because he's confused. He spent nearly an hour in here. And he's about as confused now as he was when he first went in. Yeah, glove was very required. With how many waffle rooms this GP had, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely required. But it's funny, because downstab wasn't required anywhere else in the seed except the room right before Darklink. That's so rude. What if you didn't have downstab when you got there?
Oh god, then you would have to go find downstab. I mean, Mina wasn't too hard to find, but all the things, that would have just been horrendous. 5 waffles, Jackimus. There was at least 5. I counted emoji room. There was waffles, emojis. There was the downstab block.
Not fairy, so it's gone. Oh, actually, I think killing the bot despawned it. Or splitting up the bot despawned it.
Yeah, and ghostdunk didn't look happy at that. I've liked seeing ghostdunk's space cam. Hey, Thunderbird for Dr. J.
Yeah, ghostdunk is pretty reactive on stream here.
Yep. Let's see how T-Bird goes for J, because, yeah, I figured, Jack. They were talking about just the waffles. True, yeah, because there were various other glove rooms. The emoji room, there was the one with the pits below it, which is a waffle room of sorts. Yeah, this one right here for Ghost.
The waffle and syrup room. There's the downstab block room right before Darklink.
Yeah, this was At least this final waffle room is very nice for the most part. This one chicken night is actually way nicer than most of the other waffles in this whole GP. Yeah, all these waffles are giving us a bit of... I don't know about diabetes, it is something. Alright, back Dr. Ghostdunk's almost back to Darkling.
Now, Dr. J just has to cast spell just to get us some more chickens. Because he cast spell earlier, he gave us some iron knuckles. I really hope he gives us some chickens.
I think he's had enough chickens without spawning some more.
Screw up that big bot and then cast spell and have fun.
Yeah, everyone. Victor first to GP and last one to Darklink at this point. Feels bad. Yes, there we go! Thunderbird's down for Dr. J, who looks very happy with himself after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dick Victor is taking very literal physical notes, because he is confused. Also, I have to laugh at your comment in race time, Jackimus. Lego my Lego awful waffle. And oh, Dr. J game overing just after Thunderbird.
But, I mean, ghostdunk was going to pick up the win, and he does, with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 26 seconds. Get your GGs in chat for their
GGs. Ghostdunk spending less than half an hour in GP. I call that a win.
Okay. Woo!
Hey! GG's.
My goodness.
Oh, I realized that. We're talking Ghostdunk on his stream. That's what I'm doing. Hey, Ghostdunk, GG's. Let me quickly mute your stream before we hear double. And, there we go.
Sure
GG's.
Thank you so much. Whew, I was so nervous.
Yeah, and you kind of had a right to be, because after that game over, Dr. J actually found Thunderbird as well, and he managed to kill him on his first go. He just, unfortunately, did die.
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah. And he's currently going in. Yeah, and he's going back through. Victor has been in this GP for nearly an hour.
Really? It's a hard one.
It really is. Those 3 elevator rooms that were all together that all look the same, those have bamboozled. Those have fried Victor's brain at this point, those elevators.
Because two of them loop together. The only reason I knew that to go right at that one is because I had checked all the exits of the other 2.
Ah.
Oh, that was rough. I spent way too much looking for items. Like, I'd find an item cave and I'd just go get it. It's like, why do I need the raft? I know I can beat the game. So, I got lost so much. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to the other continent and win the game. I don't know how to get there. Because I had to basically check every cave on the other continent.
Yeah, you and Dr. J both got pretty turned around trying to find GP.
Yeah. Luckily I found it pretty quickly. It was in the vanilla location, but like once I got to the other continent, like it was like I just had to check everywhere. But like I was really glad to find Palace 1 though, because that was way easier to beat.
Yeah. Jack wound up beating Palaces 2 and 6.
That's
also,
a lot.
Lol lost saying, no, I'm lost. Lost the pirate, that is, who has been helping us with tracking this disaster.
Oh yeah, a big appreciation for that. I really, last second came in, got a restream for all 4 of us. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, because between Nightcrawler getting stuck in the snow and me getting a fire alarm right as you guys were about to start.
Yeah, I really appreciate what you guys do. My cat can finally sit on my lap.
Nice.
Meow.
Yeah, so
that was great. And actually, what was another cool thing about this is that Jackimus and Victor entered GP within about 2 minutes of each other, and so did you and Dr. J.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you guys were stupidly close.
I'm just really happy. This is the first seed that I haven't finished last on. So, I've been practicing a little bit, and having done a bunch of rando, like I'm really this is why I was so pumped about my performance. I was like, I'm actually gonna beat somebody, I think,
And actually,
and
this GP
honestly,
already-
Ghost Dunk, you spent less than half an hour in this GP. I think that's a win.
That was tough. I was really thinking it was going to come down to that Dark Link battle where I had like a sliver of health, but like
Right.
I actually am not good at the fast Dark Link strat where you don't have to
Mhm.
take any damage, so it was going to take a miracle for that.
Yeah, and speaking of Darkling, Dr. J's good, going in the right direction, which is a good sign.
Nice.
Going for that fairy right now. Victor continues to be bamboozled. Ooh,
I knew that
that's
was
a
going to
bad
happen. I knew it.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah.
still has a life, and it's fresh. He should be good. That at this life level though, even getting hit by an orange bird knight takes more than half your health. So still,
Yeah, it's decently rough. Says you want to do so on the Z2R volunteer sign-up sheet, which I believe, which is pinned in the coverage discussion channel of the Z2R Discord. Yeah, shoutouts to both of our trackers for keeping up with this hot mess.
Dr. J. Okay, so Ghost Dunk. You know how you busted open a bot and killed it, and you went over and you're like, "Hey, where'd my fairy go?"
Yeah.
Dr. J just saw firsthand the fairy disappear.
I didn't know you could despawn a fairy. That's incredible.
Yeah, didn't know either.
Dang, the things Rando will teach you about this game. I do have one question, actually. Was I the first to the glove?
You might have been. I think you were early.
Okay. Because I remember, like, searching Maze Island paid off in finding the glove, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was in Maze Island, yeah. What did not pay off was trying to find the Hammer Cave in Death Mountain once I already had
I forgot you spent ages doing that, yeah.
I know. Like, I got burned on another seed where you had to find the other side of Death Mountain to win. So that might have influenced my thinking.
Yeah, it didn't cost you. Ultimately, this GP is what's really been the great equalizer.
I know. Just trying to categorize all the mistakes so I can remember them for next time.
Yeah, and
If there is
Dr.
an
J
next time, I
deciding
don't know.
that,
Yeah.
that just sitting here in this waffle and punching that bird knight's the best way to survive, which I think it might be as stupid as this looks. There we go. Jeez. As he is down to his last life, this next room is going to be a rude surprise. It's not fun. This is the downstab lock room for Dr. J. Victor is taking literal physical notes. He is so bamboozled by this GP.
Oh, Dr. J's gonna die.
Yeah, down to his last life.
Do you know if this is the last Swiss round or if there's more?
This is the last one.
Okay, well, maybe next tournament, because I'm pretty sure at 1 and 3 I did not make the cut.
No, but you did put up quite the showing for your final race, I will say.
Thank you.
Glad I managed to put you on, because you, this has been over 1 hour since Victor has been in this stream.
Oh my god.
Like
He entered here at 39 minutes. It's now an hour 44.
Oh my god. He was in Grand Palace like when I was leaving Death Mountain. Jeez.
Yeah.
He was the first one in, and
By a long shot, I'm sure.
He was well. He went there a minute and a half before Jackimus, but Jackimus didn't have the gloves, so he'd leave and come back, and Jackimus still beat.
I never trust Grand Palace without glove.
No, and there we go. That's Darkling down for Dr. J, who does manage to take down this miserably bad GP and finish with a time of 1:44.24. He did spend less than 40. He spent less than an hour in here.
All right. Well, I'll hop you off and let you interview him. And thank you again so much for restream.
GG's.
All right.
GG's, ghostdunk.
Bye.
Yeah. Good job.
All right. Let's.
Let's see if we can get Dr. J in here. He hasn't responded yet in racetime.gg.
Yeah, Victor has said, feel free to kill me for the other race. Well, the other race started 45 minutes ago, so
No, we're not going to kill you, even if you feel like you're dying right now. But we'll interview Dr. J if he wants to come in, and then after that, maybe we kill the stream, unless
yeah.
Victor. Looks like Dr. J is getting ready, so I'm guessing he's going to be in the waiting room in a second. My fans.
Yeah. GG's though. What a GP.
Was quite a thing, yeah.
Yeah. Well, Dr. J will come in for an interview. Victor is going to looks like he's going to try and continue in this miserable GP.
It's sad that Victor is going to be leaving, or not participating in future races in this tournament, because he was very close to pulling it out with this one. But Jackimus, I'd feel bad if he wasn't in as well. So I didn't want either of them to lose, really.
Yeah, it's one of those no-win situations. As far as if you want good runners to move on, and it's a tough one. Yeah. Great. All right, let's get Dr. J in here. He's in the waiting room. Hey, GG's.
King Bot, overpowered, needs to be deposed.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be cool. A boo in Zelda 2. If you look at it, it disappears. That'd be cool.
No, that was just the fairy right after Thunderbird.
Good point.
Yeah.
Saw that. And actually, Ghost Dunk did the same thing, except the fairy was off screen for him, so he may not have realized immediately what happened, but you saw the poor fairy vanish before your eyes.
Yep, and I'd already killed the orange Faka, killed the King Bot, and then I go forward, and they're both back. What was that game? Thankfully, it didn't completely end that, and I had enough in the tank for shield, and Darklink cooperated, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you didn't finish that late after Ghost Dunk either. It was a close match between the two of you. You entered just like 2 minutes or so after he did, and you finished, I don't know, like 3 minutes after, something like that, or around that. And so you put up a good fight against your opponent there.
Yeah, you guys did end up on. You guys were both on Thunderbird at one point at about the same time, but you.
yeah, just did not have enough in the tank for much else after Thunderbird, or even getting to that fight in the first place because of those other like honeycomb rooms where I had to cast Jump and Reflect just to get through them. It's just like, well, I'm probably gonna have to kill myself after that one.
Yeah.
Well, I do have to say, I think Ghost Dunk had the cleanest GP, like the fastest, but you, I think, had the cleanest Thunderbird fight. Was that your first or second try?
That was my first actual try, yeah, because I only had one shot at him, yeah.
Yeah, you're the only one who took him down in one try.
Yeah, I think last week's race for me, where I think I had to scrape together 5 hearts. That was probably good practice for something like this too, because just like, all right, well, you can't get hit, so be extra careful, and you also don't have enough magic to cast shield or reflect or jump, so you just got to get really lucky.
Yeah, that thunder pretty much drained the tank, didn't it?
Yep, didn't even have enough for the 8 magic shield.
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. And
Yeah.
it was not going down until attack 8, so like leveling that up wouldn't do anything.
No.
Yeah, then when I took attack 5, I was thinking afterwards, wait, should I have gone for magic 7? But I didn't really want to run the risk of not getting to the next level and losing all that experience. So it's just like, well, we'll make the best of that.
Yeah. Okay, Victor is still looking through this GP. He is taking he has a notebook and he's just writing notes down. And he is confused.
Oh, jeez. I was too for a bit there, especially with the the elevator rooms that were right before Thunderbird, how there were a couple of them that looped together vertically.
Actually, the one right before Thunderbird didn't loop. It was the other one that looped, and that's what's confusing Victor, because like he got to that room before Thunderbird and thought he'd done that already.
Yeah, and I got to there, went up again, just assuming that I was going to need to take the elevator to get to either Thunderbird or Dark Link, and then just went off on the wrong path.
Got your way eventually, which Victor's still looking for that path.
Yeah, he's trying, but I don't think he realizes that those 3 elevators, 2 of them are looping to each other, and then there's the third identical room that doesn't loop.
So, any highlights outside of this GP? That I mean, this GP has consumed almost the entirety of this stream at this point. So,
It is an hour 51 in. Victor entered here at 39 minutes.
It's GP all the way down.
yeah.
He's been in here for a solid hour.
But yeah, were there any highlights outside of GP that you wanted to point out, or?
I mean, all the heart and magic containers just basically being non-existent. That was super helpful. But having glove pretty accessible too. That was nice.
Yeah, that was. You absolutely needed that glove for that GP. Jack went in without and got locked out fairly quickly.
Oof.
Yeah, there wasn't much of a need to dig the palaces for items, which is good. Because I think all the magic items and the glove and everything else is kind of out in the open, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. Victor, you're in the dead end.
Maybe he thinks that this is an alternate version of the room.
No. There are some fake dead ends, but this is not one of them.
Yeah, Palace 1 had a magic container, and that was it. That's what I saw.
It was good to get the items. I think there was any key. I think someone found any key.
Any key was in Palace 6. If you actually found P6, it was there.
Yeah, I saw that near the end when I was trying to look for stuff, and just like, no thanks.
Yeah, that was, by the way, a horrendously bad location for that. I had to go through Sorry of all things, just very stuck in the east to get there. And Bagu was someplace really bad.
Yeah, and at that point, if you have Fairy, then it's just like, well, okay, I guess I can do that, but if you have Fairy, then you already found Nukasudo, and you have Spell, and it's almost like, why would you really bother trying to dig 6 at that point in the game?
Yeah, no, you didn't have really a good reason to. Barba wasn't too bad, I don't think. Jackimus actually beat P6, but yeah.
You know that how I said Victor thought he was in that room already, and he just didn't go right because he thought he'd already done it. It just happened again. But he's going back.
He's going back. Please, Victor. Hey! Is he finally doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys can't see his face cam, but that is the biggest face palm. Oh my God.
Might sub to this scene after all.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Yep. Dumb and Dumber, good movie.
Yeah. Yeah, epic face palm. An hour and 54 minutes in, we finally have a Thunderbird for Victor. This GP's been just a disaster.
If he dies here, he can cast Shield, because he found a 7th heart container. Magic container. Well,
man,
he's doing well so far, but he does have attack 4, and take a while.
Yeah, both you and ghostdunk Dr. J both did Thunderbird on attack 5. Victor and Jack were stuck on attack 4, and that did make a difference.
Yeah, because then it's just less repetition that you have to do at attack 5, and less chances for mistakes.
Attack 5 was 2 hits per bar of health for Thunderbird. It's like 6 for Victor right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, noticeable time difference. Yeah, Attack 4 played a lot like Attack 3. It's doable, it just takes a bit. Thank you, Sizz, for subbing at Tier 1 for 3 months.
Yeah, Dr. J, I think you kind of dropped the pendulum at the end, and it took a while for you to get it back. It's a good thing. I mean, you avoided being hit by those fireballs pretty well, getting your pendulum back.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say, like, that was my main concern, was just avoiding the fireballs. If I lost pendulum, then I lost pendulum, and I get my shots in where I can.
All right, and thank you, Azura Sarah, for the epic facepalm clip.
So Dr. J, unfortunately for you and Ghost Dunk, you don't get to progress to the main tournament, but it was a good match between the two of you.
Yeah, really close. You both managed to survive this GP, which is kudos in and of itself.
Yeah, and there were a couple of. I mean, this was one of the couple of races that I had that at least it was an entertaining one if I lost. And I mean, with the new rooms and everything, it just feels like an entirely new Zelda to Rando.
Yeah. By the way, rip, Victor just game over on T-Bird. At least he wrote down notes so he can get back there.
Jackimus reminding us that it is 48 hits at Attack 4.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people want my favorite sword.
This is gonna be a hot minute before he manages to beat T-Bird. Also, that clip is kind of funny, but also kind of sad. After an hour of TV, Jack can't see this, but he's literally looking at his notepad and looking at, right, how do I get back there? Okay, that's how I get there. Let's go.
And Victor a compass or something.
He is not happy with this.
So, Dr. J, you doing any more streaming later on this week? Anything like any more Zelda 2 games or any other games that you stream on the side?
I mean, I'm gonna be doing the Zelda 1 weekly rando on Sundays. That's what I've been doing pretty much every weekend, and I might just do kind of a casual one. I do have the Royal Roudle Zelda 1 Battle Royale one too. So yeah, that's one where you have a week to practice a seed and then try to just record the fastest time you can. And yeah, so I'll probably be practicing for that offline, but then Sunday night or Monday night I'll be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They're always cool to see, especially because when you see people speedrunning like Zelda 1, it's it's so perfected, and it's the culmination of many people's work, like getting the route that most people use on Zelda 1 vanilla. But for Randomizer, people are coming up with their own routes, and so you really get to see a lot of their personality in routing. When you have that sort of randomizer royale or routing royale.
Yeah, that's certainly been fun there.
And I mean, Zelda 1 randomizer is the second best Zelda randomizer there is. So
true.
Oh, that's pretty awesome though. So yeah, if people want to see some Zelda 1 action, they should give you a follow and jump in, especially on Sunday.
Yep. There we go. Speaking of, might as well put in a couple of commands. Victor is finding his way back to Thunderbird. So shout outs to our 4 runners who we featured today: Jackimus, ghostdunk, Victor, and Dr. J here. To my co-commentator Nightcrawler, and to our 2 trackers, Lost Pirate and Sizzleful, for keeping track of things. It's not the easiest. This was actually Sizz's first time tracking Z2R, so shout outs to him especially. Our newest Zelda CSR restreamer even. So thank you to them both for keeping track of everything. And also thank you to Cubs Roll 21 to help to get this thing started when I had a fire alarm as the race was about to start.
That was great.
It's been the whole thing. But thank you for racing, Dr. J. Hope you enjoyed your time with Swiss.
I did.
It's awesome.
It's certainly been interesting to see Max Rando with the new version of Randomizer. It definitely changed quite a few things.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What are your general thoughts on this randomizer, Dr. J? Like it? Hate it?
Oh, I love it, and especially now, like I was saying before, with the new rooms, everything is just completely new and has me thinking back on my toes again.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, man, the work that Digshake put in on this is apparent in how much more fun it made this randomizer.
Yeah, it can result in GPs like this, but it's also resulted in a lot of interesting seeds.
Yeah, there is that too.
Well,
And Victor just update. I think he is still trying to figure out how to get back to Thunderbird.
maybe we should kick it over to the other race or to Victor.
I think at this point I've run out of questions, and Victor's going to take a few minutes to get back to GP. So yeah, let's go wrapping. Let's go raid Victor for the end of this misery. It's been a long and miserable time. Victor has not subbed to this. Happy 2 hours, everyone.
But Victor is a great guy, so you know,
give him a follow too.
Yeah.
So yeah, looking ahead at the ZSR schedule in the meantime, this is it for today. Well, it's technically past midnight Eastern now, so we have a couple races tonight / tomorrow / whatever point of view, depending on your time zone. Thursday, at any rate, March 11th, 7 p.m. Eastern, we have a Link to the Past No Major Glitches Tournament 2021 Group M, Nega Zeus versus Scoople. I can't words. That'll be on ZSR Main. Then also at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have a Skyward Sword Randomizer Winter Tournament 2021 Group C Losers Bracket Round 2 between 64-bit Link and Battlecats 59 on ZSR 2. Then at 9 p.m. Eastern, we have another Z2R match, Swiss Round 4 between Chromaticalism and RCS. That'll on ZSR 3. That'll be a really big one because if Chroma wins, Chroma's going 3-1 in brackets and RCS is out of the tournament. If RCS wins, RCS moves on. It's a rare situation for RCS to be going 1-2 this late in Swiss, but RCS has not had the best of time with this Max Rando tourney so far. So that'll be a really, really good match. And then also at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow, we have another Link to the Past NMG tournament match, Group H between Trex Human and SNES Chalmers. Let's go with that for pronunciation. Then we've got more matches coming up throughout the weekend. We'll as always have our weekly race on Z2R weekly race Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Looks like Chroma and RCS is currently the only match that's on schedule, but I do believe that Top Life and let me reread the schedule again. Our final Swiss round match besides Chroma and RCS tomorrow will be Top Life versus J Coper, which is tentatively scheduled for this Saturday at 4 a.m. Eastern. I don't think it's getting a race stream. I don't know if any Z2R volunteers will be awake at 4 a.m. Eastern for racing. I know I won't be awake for it, but there is that for the final match of Swiss. And then it'll be brackets time next week, so keep an eye out on the schedule for that. And that will be it for us tonight. Let's go say hi to Victor as he reads his notes and finds his way back to Thunderbird. Give him some love and wish him luck as he finishes out this terrible, terrible seed. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Commentate.